Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome back. It is so good to have you here, and thank you for clicking on the video. My name is Joel, and this is A Stable Life. Well, guys, it's go time again, and a big one. We've got 3 clear days, today, tomorrow, and Saturday, and we are going to be working on a lot of hay. You guys know we got our first cutting done with a few of our acres. Well, today we're planning on doing quite a bit more. Not to mention, we are doing all the rest of the cow hay, so we've got extra fields on top of the hay fields that we're doing. So we're getting started with tedding hay. And we're here on a Thursday, which is Gavin's day to feed. How's it going in here, Gavin?
I thought Diego was gonna kind of be like William when you try to get the fly spray, but he was perfect.
We got a heavy thunderstorm that dropped a whole inch of rain, which is kind of crazy. The results kind of speak for themselves. It looks like the water, well, it overwhelmed things by the appearance. Look at this. This is a rain gauge keeping track of how much rain we've gotten for the month of May so far. Now, granted, a little bit is evaporating out, but that's at 3.5 inches right now. That's just insane. That's just absolutely insane. It was at 2.5 yesterday, so we definitely got a whole inch of rain. Look at that washout. I'm gonna have to fix this hill. But now we've got wind, cool temperatures, and sunny weather, which means it's time to do hay. We're gonna work on mowing our drier fields. The farm that we have is a bit on the wetter side, so I don't necessarily know how much we can mow of that, but we will see. And of course, the vehicle of choice we're using today is gonna be my tractor, which is great because not only, how do you get mud up here? I don't understand that. Do you guys know how that happens? Not only is it my tractor, but it has a USB port, which means I can actually charge my camera batteries, meaning I can give you guys lots of footage. It's got a pretty strong switch that goes over it. Understandably so, it is an outside cab tractor and gotta keep those things waterproof, right? Oh wow, they put diesel in it. Sweet, I don't even need to fill it up. My dad used it yesterday and he topped it off for me, or at least put a little in. Very nice of you, Fazio. Thank you. Left a lot of stuff in the bucket too. Thanks. Temperature right now is 60. 60. Oh, it's nice. There's our tedder.
My guess is in here, there's gonna be a 120 hooking up to a disc bind. Yep, there it is. It is so nice having 5 tractors, let me tell you.
That we're hooking up to is a tedder. Specifically, it's a 4-star, which is those things you see back there. They make huge ones, but for us, this thing is a pretty awesome upgrade over what we had before, which was a 2-star tedder. And then before that, we didn't even ted our hay. Tedding hay is awesome because it takes your hay from wet to dry way faster. We used to need a minimum of 3 days to bale hay, and that was when it was 90 degrees. If you had weather like what we have today, where it's only gonna be in the 70s, and then getting down to the 40s at night, that would take 4 to 5 days for you to get good hay. But with a tedder, that makes things go a lot smoother and faster.
All right, Daniel's going to go mow hay.
He actually mowed in the rain yesterday in the cow's hay, which is kind of funny to think about. He was telling me he was mowing, it was pouring down rain. Clover, it's okay for it to be wet though, so that's not as big a deal. He's going to go mow horse hay right now. Awesome. And I don't know if I updated you guys at all, but they have the AC fixed in the 130 right now. So we'll see what the case is, if it actually is, but right now it is working. He's just testing and getting his hydraulics all figured out. Wow. Yeah, that rain did quite a number on things. I think before we get started on this, we're gonna grease it up and I'm gonna check the air pressure of the tires, just because it's gonna be getting used quite a bit here today and I wanna make sure that everything's in good condition. The tractor's running good today. Just make sure the tedder does the same. Whew, that sun's bright. Good thing I got a hat and sunscreen today. We're just gonna grease it up, check that air pressure. I'm gonna be doing a lot of road traveling today, so. Looks like the tires could all use just a bit of a top up. Okay, then we're gonna get our folding points. Don't need as much.
Came back.
Skunk's back? Oh, they don't know about the skunk story. You want to tell them about the skunk story?
So this morning I got here, I started scooping food, measuring out for the horses. I just finished the first bucket. I put it down and out of the corner of my eye, I see this white blob. So I turn and there's a skunk just like stanced up looking at me. I was like, whoa, what is there a skunk doing in here? And it turned around and kind of waddled away and I was like, okay, I gotta get a good look at this from a safe area. So I walked up to the upper walkway area and was watching him just walk down the hallway, just minding his own business. And I was like, how am I gonna get rid of this guy? So he's just walking around looking in each horse's stall, kind of like, huh, should I go in here? And he didn't. So he kept walking all the way. He went out of the aisleway, outside, out of the main entrance. And I was like, good, problems are gone. He's gonna walk away, go out to the woods or something, we're good. So I kind of, from the upper area, went out the door a little bit to look, and there he was coming in the doorway, coming up quick, and I was like, oh my gosh, and I ran away. And then he ran away the other way. And then I hadn't seen him until a minute ago. I was just finishing up putting on hoof treatment, and I see him in one of the horse's stalls, and he kind of runs away somewhere I don't know. So he could be in there still. He might have left. I have no idea. So I'm kind of just walking around like I'm in a horror game, just like, oh man, he could be around any corner.
Hello, I'm starting at Saras's. Perfect, thank you. Okay, bye. The veggie boy himself, he's figuring out where I'm at so he can get some footage for you guys. I'm getting footage for you guys. We're doubling the footage. You get a skunk story over here. I think that's pretty lit.
What did Sarah say? You said you're starting where Sarah says.
We're Saras's. Over at Saras's, it's a last name.
Where did she say?
No, it's a last name.
Where did she say to start, Joel?
No, Captain. You're completely misunderstanding everything. So, what's your plans if the skunk sprays you?
Tomato juice, whatever that is.
You know, my dog has been sprayed by a skunk several times, and they found that there's a whole chemical mixture that they use of just like common household ingredients. Just go to my house. My mom knows what to do. She'll give you all the ingredients. You're welcome to use our garden hose.
Thank you.
Anytime. These are the questions that only truth, those seeking it, will establish.
Is it Sarah? What did she say?
Are you looking for that skunk right now?
Yeah.
There we go. Now I think she's ready. All right, so here's our first field. This is all cow hay, and that's what we're gonna be working on for the first bit of the day. This should be pretty, oh yeah, that should be soaked. So that's what we're about expecting. So with clover, we run the tedder, the rotation of the tedder slower, so it sprays everything out a little bit better, but I maintain the same speed on the tractor. So it does take a little bit of extra time because the tractor's RPM is directly connected to the tedder. They're one and the same. So running the tedder slower means I'm running the tractor slower, but at a higher gear. So that means that it can bog down potentially more, meaning I may need to run at a slower speed so that the tedder doesn't bog the tractor and stall the engine. Let's go, huh? Going in a bit of a faster gear and it wasn't really spreading it out too well, so this will take a little bit. Now it's spreading it out nice. Because the last thing you want to do is clump it. When you clump it, there's no way any air or sunlight gets to it and then it stays wet. Now with clover, they want it to be a little bit on the moist side. They don't want a dry bale like we do with horse hay, so that is a good thing. I do love the look of it when it's freshly tedded though. Doesn't that look awesome?
Hey everybody, it's so nice to have you with us again today. We got a beautiful day for mowing down some hay and for tedding some hay. One big thing I wanted to mention, this hay is a little bit on the wet side, this clover, but that is okay with us. One big reason why that's okay with us is while Joel is tedding, we don't have to worry about any of these leaves being knocked off. A bulk of the feed value that this clover is gonna bring to our cattle is gonna be found in the leaves and any seeds that are found within this clover. Now, by doing this in the morning, when it's still a little on the wet side, we're not gonna be throwing away or knocking off any of those leaves or knocking out those seeds that are gonna be great for helping our cattle to put on weight. As you see Joel tedding in the background, an important thing to keep in mind is that this clover is high in protein. Cattle need a fair amount of protein, and by going through and helping us out with this job, it's a big, big help, not only to Joel, but to us as well. Joel's getting some more time with the tractor, and we're getting some much needed help with this beautiful hay crop.
that yet, which is great. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but if you guys look really closely, right where the tines are grabbing the hay and throwing it backwards, there's a little glisten that appears. You can actively see the water in the hay. It's crazy. That's how wet this is. It's literally soaked. Our first field is all taken care of and done. My oh my, it is beautiful. And this is how you know it's a properly tedded field. It just looks like an even blanket right across the surface. I have 2 more fields that I have to do that are clover. I hope I'm not forgetting one. I think I only have 2 to go. There's just this little edge over here that I need to get yet, and then we're just jumping across the road and heading up to the next field. One thing's for certain though, this stuff, that rain soaked it last night. There we go, that's that little piece I need right there. No missed spots today. Perfect. Oh, I love how easy that is. The field that we are going to is right back there. There's gonna be a lot of wraparound bales here. This is where they're all going this year. You guys may be curious on some updates on the hay barn and what's going on with that. I will be happy to update you guys, so make sure you're subscribed. Now this next field is going to be a bit of a unique one. It is my understanding that there is a bee nest that is basically right where I'm driving to. That was hit yesterday with the disc vine. Daniel was in a cab tractor. They did swarm, but because he was in a cab tractor, he was completely safe. So they all warned me about it. I do have plenty of birds that are all around. Thankfully, there's a wheat field here, and birds like to use that wheat field as a hunting ground. So I do have birds helping me out. And it is cool, windy. There was a huge thunderstorm and their nest got hit yesterday. So there's a chance that they are not here, but it's only a chance. So we're gonna keep the camera rolling so you guys can see what happens. Obviously it's bees. They're very tiny, so they're not gonna come up on the camera, but you'll tell pretty quickly by my reaction how things are going. Oh boy, what could possibly go wrong? Yeah, I had to say it. Answer, nothing. We're fine. It's a beautiful day. The sun is shining. Ain't nothing gonna ruin this. Right in this corner here. There's a lot of birds around. Hopefully they'll be here to help. I see insects flying all over the place, but I don't know if they're bees or if I'm just kind of like being hyper vigilant because of the information I have. I don't know. I think we're okay. We're past the area where they were, so they must have moved on. Bees, let's go. Bro, these birds are on the attack. They're diving out of the trees right in front and behind the tractor where all the insects are running away from the hay, and they're just eating them all. It's crazy. Those birds are pretty smart, pretty cool to watch, entertaining. Camera? I think I'm close. Like right on top of it. Where are you? I can't see nothing. Okay. Ah, there you are. I found you. Perfect. That's the second field done. I do believe I only have 1 more to go, but it is lunchtime. And we're actually passing the farm on our way to the next field. So this works out great. We'll stop in, grab a quick bite to eat. Then we're heading over to the other side of the farm. You guys may have noticed I'm taking a lot of like scenery shots as I'm going around. I just want to share the beauty of the area with you. This time of year, everything is so green and so vibrant. Just so beautiful. Okay, so here we are. This is our last clover field. Now Daniel is about 2 fields ahead of us right now. He's mowing another, I think 3, so not too bad. We finished lunch, it was pretty good. We whooped it down nice and quick. We got a lot of tedding to do. With how wet things are, we're trying to get the field tedded as fast as possible, let the sun and the wind do its thing. be it for clover. Let's go see just how wet this was. Well, you can tell the tedder has definitely gotten covered in pollen. This field was a lot drier than the other ones. That being said, I think it is still on the wetter side. Ooh, it's just not sogging wet. It's more like a damp wet. And you guys see the wind? It's actually really sunny. It's only 66 degrees outside, so I'm not sweating. I'm quite comfortable, quite cool, but I love that green blanket. So now that we're moving on over to horse hay, we can increase the revolution of the tedder. We can run it at its full 540. And I can also increase the speed of the tractor. So things are gonna go a lot faster. We started this morning at 10, wait until the dew burned off and then we get started. It's now 1:30 and we got 3 fields done. And I'm gonna probably get the remainder 5 fields done, and then I'll probably be done maybe 4 o'clock. That's my guess. We shall see. So I stand corrected, there was actually 3 fields in this area, not 2, so add that to our total. We're now heading way off to a field that is way far away from the farm. In fact, it's the furthest farm that we farm. Interesting little cool fact for you. You may notice it looks like I'm in the middle of a development. That's because I am. When I was a little boy, everywhere that you see that there's houses was all farmland. So we got farmland over there, and then all of these houses were not here. I actually remember small square baling this whole area here, and it was all just one big connected area. This was our property going back a couple generations, but fell on some hard times, and so this property was then sold. It has now all been developed. There's only 3 small fields that are left in here. When I started working on the farm, there was 10, and a lot of the lots are all being bought up. It's never fun seeing farmland being developed into all of these houses, but on the flip side of the things, all of these individuals are, for the most part, pretty nice. They recognize that they have moved into a farming community, and a lot of them stop by the farm market and have become customers at the farm market. And a lot of them came to the horse stable and got horseback riding lessons back when we did that. A few of them even actually have boarded horses at our stable in the past. So it ended up being customers and clients of ours, which, you know, all ended up being good things. So it's a double-edged sword, but it seems like a lot of these individuals are happy. So I'm happy for them. It's a beautiful place to live, no doubt about that. Okay, moving forward, let's do some road travel. Got it. Wow, there's a lot of material here. Like a lot. This is gonna make some hay. Wow, this would be field 7 for the day. I have one more farm to do, but on my way over here, as you guys saw in the video, a neighbor farmer asked for some help, so we're gonna ted his hay field too. There we go, guys. This entire field is all horse hay, and it is gorgeous. Just driving through, looking down, all of the heads of grain in here, you can see it's just beautiful. But if you take a special look here, see if I can find it. Here we go. Here's a stem of a reed canary grass. See that? Notice how it's green at the top with a little bit of purple on the bottom? That's like perfect right there. It only lasts this long for a tiny bit of time. What happens eventually is this will, what's called, go to seed. And when this goes to seed, all of the feed value that's locked in here, that's great for the horses, gone. And that was that hay that we got from the hay farm last year. We didn't know we were gonna be farming it for hay until after the fact, when we realized, hey, we need a lot of forage material for the horses. All of the stem value is still good, high in fiber, but the top head piece here is where they get a lot of their nutrition. I'm not seeing it, but you see, yeah, here we go. You can see the purplish green
perfect. But if you look here, you're starting to see a little bit of yellow. That's a telltale sign that you're very close to going to seed. Here you can see it happening here, green to yellow. So this field, if we didn't mow the hay this time around, this field would have gone to seed. Now, I don't think we're mowing all of our hay. In fact, after this, we still have the main hay farm, which is ours, which we did not mow today because it is in a valley. There's a lot of natural springs that bubble up out of the ground, meaning that with all the rain we got yesterday, what's the point of even mowing it? Your hay is going to be sitting in water the whole time. So we need to have it happen after a longer period of time with a minimal amount of rainfall, if possible. Push comes to shove, you got to do what you got to do. But what I'm getting at is this feels perfect, but we almost missed it. And I have a feeling we're going to see the same with the other fields that we're going to yet today. I wish we had a longer dry period, because if we did, we'd be mowing everything right now. The next field that we're going to be doing is actually that neighbor farmer's. He just needed some help, so we're going to help him out quick, and then we're going to be moving on to the last farm for today. I think. They may have surprised me and decided to mow everything down. That would be, that would be crazy. Well, this is quite the big field of alfalfa. My goodness. This is going to take me a little bit. Alfalfa's the same as clover, so I have to run the rotors a little bit slower. This is a really long and flat field though, so I might be able to have the tractor speed run what I do with regular hay while the rotors are running slow. We'll try our best. We got to do our best for them, right? See what we can do. I'm gonna increase it by a little bit and go up again. See what we can do. Oh, that's working good. That's working really good. Awesome. Oh yeah. Oh, this is pretty. I've never been over here before. I've been up there. I've been over there, but I haven't been here. Now I have. Now I can say that I've been here. That's exciting. Yeah, this is working pretty good. I just upped it by 30 revolutions per minute, and I was able to go up a whole gear. And alfalfa is a lot shorter of a crop, so there's not as much here as the clover, so it's spreading it nice. As you guys can see. Oh man, just beautiful. Just beautiful. So I gotta ted all this. There's quite a lot here. This is gonna take me a bit. What's my time? 3 o'clock. Yep, I'm gonna be finishing up at 5 today. I take back what I said about 4. Look at that, an eagle. Do you guys see that? That's an eagle right there. Oh, that's awesome. What? I think they're in this tree right here. Wow, that is pretty. Well, you don't see that every day. That's awesome. The eagles are back. There goes one flying up that way, and there's one sitting in the field right in front of me. Look at him go. Wow. Awesome. That is just awesome. Well, that is some good news. Us seeing the 120 raking clover hay means that they didn't mow any more hay than what they told me. So that means that I only have 2 more fields, this one and the one ahead of me, and we're done tedding hay. Time is currently 3:55. That also means that the clover hay is at the desired moisture that they're looking for. I don't know if they're gonna bale that today. The plan was for that to be baled tomorrow, but we will see. Tomorrow the plan is to bale all the clover, and then Saturday is the plan to bale all of the grass hay. So we will see how things look. This is probably, in my opinion, the most dangerous field that we have. Also one of the prettiest. I mean, just look at this, just gorgeous, right? Over here on this bank, things are extremely steep. So while we're on it, we have to be very careful that we do not roll the tractor or damage the tedder. No, no, no. We don't want that to happen. And then there's a much bigger field on the other side of the road by those trees over there that we're gonna head to next. So let's see how things go. I'm gonna see if I can fasten the camera in a place that I don't need to worry about it. Let's make things interesting, huh?
long day of tedding complete.
We're gonna unhook the tedder down by the blue barn. We're almost done, but I just wanted to show you guys that we're back at the farm. Let's fill this guy up for diesel so it's ready for tomorrow. Then we'll get to the question of the day, huh? One of these days, we're gonna have an automatic shut-off. Boy, that'll be nice. We're close, but not quite. Working in the hay and everything like that. I'm gonna have hay pollen all stuck to the diesel fuel out here, and that's the last thing that I want. You know, it's funny, you'd think from seeing all of the blue equipment, from our four-wheeler to the tractors to everything, that you'd think my favorite color is blue. It's close. My favorite color is green. It's a funny thing to think about. Though I have always admired the New Holland blue.
Right back to where it started, huh? There's a back gate that keeps this thing from toppling over going backwards. Hydraulics are locked. Let's see if we can disconnect the hydraulics. We can! Sweet! PTO shaft. Good. There's the jack for that. Safety chain. This is, well, you know, in case the pin breaks while I'm going down the road. And last but not least, the whole thing that's keeping it on the tractor, the pin. Come on now. That's that. We're unhooked. All right, I'll see you guys back at the stable. All right, tractor is parked. We're gonna do a quick question of the day. I need to get home. I'm making dinner for my wife tonight, so I wanna make sure I give it my best. We actually just had a new video come out today. The video was entitled, I believe it was, Today Was Stressful. And it was, let me tell you, that was, I think you could probably sense the urgency in the video and the fact that it doesn't seem like I stopped at all, because that's exactly what happened, man. That was a stressful day. So let's see if there's any questions in it, because it's just come out. No questions yet, but looks like you guys are enjoying it. That's great to see. It's only been out for about 54 minutes. So we're gonna go to hay season is, oh no, baling hay for 25 horses. We're gonna go there. Questions. We got actually a couple good, you guys are asking really good questions, and it's really hard for me to only answer one. So I'll answer a few here. So first question we got from Jacob Jones. Will you bring back the horse cam? Oh yeah, definitely. In fact, by the time you're watching this, I think you will have already seen that it is back, but you know, hey. There we go. Another question, how many rows to one round bale? That's a good question. For that video, it was mostly one windrow, and it depends on the length of the field. I really couldn't tell you how far until, you know, I wasn't there to measure it, but I can tell you that we're getting between 3 and 4 round bales per acre, and that was in that video. Based on the hay that I saw today from tedding, I think it's going to be more like 4 to 5, maybe even up to 6 round bales per acre. So this is going to be crazy. We'll see tomorrow. And last question is from Snufflebuff. What is a dust devil? That might not be the proper term for them. That's what we always call them here in Pennsylvania. It's basically a mini tornado. We call it a dust devil. It's based, you know, you can see it kind of going through. It is not earth-shattering like a tornado is. It's way smaller. You know, it could just appear right here, and it goes through, and you could just see it because of everything that it's pulling up as it goes through. We call them dust devils. There you go, guys. Thank you so much for all your questions. Always appreciate you watching. And if you're listening to me right now, that means you watched all the way through the video. You do not know how much support you are showing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you so much. As a friendly reminder, if you haven't, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you enjoy this content and want to support the channel moving forward, consider subscribing. As always, I'll see you in the next one.